Wait, guys! Before I let you go, we just got breaking news in. This is live from John Heyman. Corbin Burnes to the Diamondbacks, 6 years, 210 mil. Opt out after 2 years. Just announced, literally 30 seconds ago.
Oh my god!
30 seconds ago.
All that, and he goes to the Diamondbacks.
210, 6 years, opt out after 2 years.
So weird how they come out with these huge multi-year deals with starting pitchers.
Wow.
Oh man, that is really a sour ass way to.
I'm pissed.
Oh. Hey, yeah, our boy David C. He said Toronto all the way the entire time.
Bro, what happened to that whole? He went.
So everything we just said earlier, just go ahead and ignore it.
Yeah, I just said 75%. Now it's 0. What?
The timing of that question and you bringing that up right before we're going to end the show, and then you see that pop up.
Hang on, I need to see.
This guy probably knew.
He probably already knew. John Heyman didn't misspell a name or something.
Dude, where did the Diamondbacks come from? Where the hell did they come from?
Is that 35? That's 35. Yeah, I'm like doing.
It makes sense. He lives in Arizona, but like, where did the Diamondbacks come from?
I don't understand that because he's 30, going to be 31 this year, I think, and you're doing an opt out after 2 years. Like, why not just go to San Francisco? I mean, I don't know what they're offering him, but if I'm the Giants, why not offer 220, give him 7 years, lower that AAV a little bit, screw the opt-outs. Maybe he really wanted the opt-outs, but I don't understand why you wouldn't just want to take over $200 million from a place you want to be and call it a day and not have to worry about, opting out. Because I mean, at 33 years old, what are you really going to get on the market that's better than that? You know what I mean? That's just, I don't know. That's crazy to me.
I'm trying to see like specs on this deal.
I understand it from the Diamondbacks perspective. Yeah. I mean, for them, they're getting a high-end pitcher. They're in win now mode. They desperately need pitching. Their pitching was atrocious last year. Everybody talks about their young arms, but their young arms really have not been that good. Zach Gallen's really the only one that's really been great. Merrill Kelly's, reliable, but he's an older guy. He's a late bloomer.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just tripping because there was no peep of Arizona being interested in him at all.
Yeah.
That's kind of how they were with Greinke and Bumgarner too, like just completely out of the blue. And we know how those contracts aged.
Insane timing.
The opt-out, like, to me, I think there was no chance Posey was putting that opt-out in after 2 years.
No, I wouldn't have either.
He's like, no, if I'm going to invest in this, like, I want you here. Like, I'm not doing that. And the Diamondbacks, like you said, it totally makes sense for them. They would love for this guy to pitch 2 years and be like, sorry, see ya. And hopefully they can, like, for them, they're probably like, maybe we can win a World Series with this guy and then, go on a run like they did 2 years ago and close the deal that time. Like,
the issue that the Giants have had with these opt-outs is you're constantly resetting your roster, and you can't build and create a direction for your team when you do that. So you have to get away from that, and that's the reason why I think that we're finally seeing somebody with a little common sense say, hey, I'm not going to just go all in for this year, because then every single year you're like, oh, shit, here we go again. We got to hope we can land one of these big-time free agents.
Well, now
it's going to work in your favor.
Well, now this hypothetical question, which is the title of this live show, the title of this video when it drops, and what we've been talking about for 2 hours all comes into reality at the very tail end of this.
Brutal.
This is insane.
That's a swift kick in the junk, man.
Oh my gosh.
That's brutal.
So what do we do now? I mean, is it actual smoke? Like those murmurs we were seeing and hearing? Is it legit smoke? Because
like we said, I don't know. Me personally, like I said, I'm big on Peralta. Other than Peralta, there's not really a ton of other arms out there. You
Yeah.
could get Lopez, which you're going to give up a smaller package for, in my opinion, because Lopez is making, what is it, 13 million a year more than Peralta is.
Didn't someone say 3
So
for 21? Or did I totally
he's
misread that?
so Lopez is making 21 a year right now
Oh,
on his
20.
current
Okay.
contract.
That makes way. That's what I was like. I
He
don't know. It's going
already
to be a big deal.
Yeah, he Lopez already got his deal, so he's
Okay.
making significantly more than Peralta is. So if you go and get a guy like Lopez, cool, you're probably not giving as much up in return.
Yeah.
And then you probably go and have Minnesota package our boy Correa with him. No,
Look,
no,
so
I'm just kidding.
here's my question.
But
what is the offer that we've had on the table then?
Yeah,
it,
I'll
it
be
must
curious
have
to see if it gets leaked.
it must have been under 200 million then at that point, because I don't, if the money is close, I don't know why he would take Arizona's money and pitch in a hitter's park, and then also take the opt outs too.
Here's an
7.
update. Bob Nightingale. Corbin Burnes was offered more by the Giants and
Oh
Blue Jays,
boy.
but big tax difference in Arizona.
I bet you the Giants had 7 for like 210, something like that. I don't know.
No, because he accepted 210.
Yeah, I'm saying I think they would have had it
yeah.
over 7 years, or like 7, or
Gotcha.
sorry, 7 for like
I didn't see
220 or
the.
something like that.
Yeah, I didn't see the years.
I
Yeah,
think it's that. With no opt out,
See,
probably. And he was like, nah, I'm
I by no means did I ever expect Arizona, but this was always my fear of just this dragging out forever, and then some random ass team coming in the picture. Like, I thought it would have been more of like a Boston or Chicago before some of the other deals have come through. But yeah, I don't feel any better about getting Roki now, because again, money is not in the picture. It's literally Roki choosing where Roki wants to go, and that's
Well,
that's about it. I mean,
what do we do if we don't land Roki?
you're either rolling with the young pitching, or you're making a random ass trade for a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
Or
wild, bro.
I don't know. At this point, I mean, I feel like your best bet might be just go bigger in on a hitter. I mean, you have the extra money to spend it. I mean, you're not rolling over money here.
If you're going to keep saying that we have like a huge belief in our young pitching, put your money where your mouth is. Go get some hitters and just give the young guys some support, and go get Santander. Casillo's out there. Luis Casillo's out there. That's another name we didn't mention earlier, but is supposedly the Mariners are trying to move him. You probably wouldn't have to give up much to get him. If you wanted him, what, he has 3 more years on his deal?
Someone like that.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
This is insane.
Dude, that's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know where you necessarily go. I don't have the perfect answer. I mean, I think Santander is a good start, just because that can improve the power, the contact skills in your lineup. He's a run producer. You stick him in the middle with guys like Adames and Ramos.
So Castillo, he could have 4 years left. He has a vesting option in 2028, his age 35 season, but he would have to throw 180 innings in 2027, which, I mean, at age 34, probably not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, his contract, he's making an average annual salary of 21.6 million right now. That's your luxury tax hit. Payroll is about a little over 24 mil a year. So yeah, I mean, you could do that. I mean, the only thing that sucks with Seattle is they are deep on pitching. So them trading him doesn't really hurt them much, and they're not going to be looking for, really pitching in return. If anything, they're going to be wanting hitting. I don't really know what the Giants would have to offer in that situation, but
I think it'd be more of a dump, honestly. I think it's more of a salary dump. They don't want to pay him because they have so much pitching.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. They don't need to pay him anymore. They don't need him, because now that you have I don't know what a deal would look like for Castillo. It's really hard to say like what they would even be looking after other than clearing salary, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to think if they're going to do anything, it's going to be on the pitching side, but I don't know. I honestly don't feel great about them doing anything now that Burnes and Bueller are gone. I don't feel great about them doing anything on the pitching side.
Not unless Roki just randomly comes, but I don't see it.
Yeah, and as far as like the percent chance we give of that happening, I honestly would give that like less than like 3%, because you're competing with the Cubs, the Phillies, the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Angels, the Padres. You're competing with a ton of teams that, you know, he could easily go with them over. Unless he's doing some deep dive research on San Francisco, I mean, there's nothing that really stands out about the Giants that would make him want to come here.
Yeah. I think like 5% would be the most generous I could give them. Like I don't even think it's that high. So I agree with you guys.
I don't know. I still don't see Bregman happening. I mean, I could see some random Pete Alonso pivot or Santander pivot. Lonzo would be, again, kind of a weird fit with Eldridge coming, unless you're set on him playing left field or just moving Alonso to DH. I don't know how he feels about that. But I don't know, man. It's a tough call because, I mean, again, we didn't really think the hitting thing's all that serious, but I mean, I really hope that they plan on spending some more money, because your off season looks a whole lot different if all it, you know, revolves around is Willy Adames. Obviously, that's a huge get. That's your biggest need. That was great, but it's kind of like, what else? You lost Blake Snell, and you're replacing him with Willy Adames. Are you really getting significantly better as far as a win-loss standpoint goes?
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to say.
Honestly, the answer to all this might be the same thing that I mentioned a bunch of times at the beginning of the offseason and at the end of the last season. Developmental year. Go young, let the kids play, accept that we're not going to be that great, and just figure out what the hell we have.
It really comes down to, though, like what we've talked about through all the Farhan years. It's like, please, 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 please just give us a clear direction, what you're going to do, and stick to it. Stop going back and forth and playing down the middle and go, oh, well, we might want to spend a little bit of money here, but only at the right price, and if we don't have to overpay. And then we're going to go and sign this veteran here and spend a little bit too much money on, you know, a Robbie Ray to right our wrongs of some of these other crap contracts we've given out. It's like, you know, don't even do that. Go fully young if you're not going to spend the money, and go all in. I mean, these owners are worth way too much damn money to be, you know, skating down the middle.
I'm in shock, boys. This is insane. This is insane.